Lewis! Where the fuck are you?
Where are you going, Lewis? Where are you? I can see him. He's clicked on the link. He's having computer problems. I think he's always having computer problems. It's Lewis we're talking about here. Come on.
Very true. Very true.
Why is that no let me click on that? That's weird. That. I have to go into that. There you go.
I was just about to say, Christopher in the chat, man, relax. We have a guest who's very notorious about being late on us.
Oh, aye.
That's why we were making fun of him last night.
Yeah, he'll be on. He's just as decent. That's one of the people that's obviously subscribed to the Bonkers network because I gave them a free card reading. That's what that is.
Okay.
That's where he came from because I recognise the name. There's no many customers, obviously. I'm Christopher.
Let's just say, I see, he was asking if there was still a lot of feed. And it was like, sometimes we run a few minutes late because our guest stands us up like our cousin at prom night.
I know, Lewis. Come on, man. But we're waiting on you.
I know we ain't that pretty, but come on, man.
The aliens, we're waiting to bring you back. We've got to be talking about the Hopi people and all that kind of stuff and mad, crazy creatures beyond the veil that visit you in the night with flashy things.
Well, yeah, they probably would be visiting him as much if he stopped just stalking them with his telescope.
See, that's what it is. Look, there's that nosy bugger again in Spain there, pointing his bloody telescope at me in my moon base. That's terrible. That's every time I'm standing here having my barbecue. That's an interesting thing. If I was wondered that, I mean, you must think that the aliens. I wonder what they think here as humans. They probably think, Jesus Christ, they're all fucking mad. Why was I saying here?
Yeah, really depends on their own mentality. But God, man, I'm too tired for this shit to get stood up.
Well, it's only an hour. It's only an hour on. If he doesn't come on, that'll be him. He'll be in the bad books. From the back, I can't physically go to the airport, go into the airplane, fly over there, bang his door, drag him back at the house, put him into an airplane, flee him back, and put him in front of the computer. Can I?
Look, you could have just stayed in Spain and put him in front of a computer. But
that's very true. I could have done that too. But I could do a free card reading while everybody's still waiting up. We're still waiting. Does MD want? And I bet Christopher's the first person that goes, "I want a card." Does MD want a Starseed card?
Chris, I just had an idea.
What?
Use that bright ass motherfucking neon light you got. We'll send Lewis a message in Morse code using it.
The only thing is, I'm going to complain a wee bit about YouTube here. They sent me that light, right? Brilliant light, but the cable's only maybe that length. I had to buy an adapter for that.
Figures.
I mean, you could have gave me like a longer cable. Yeah, I mean, because then I could have put it the other side of me. I could put it higher up. I could have maneuvered it round about, but no, you've got to give me like a stupid wee cable where I've got to buy an adapter. You know?
Yeah, it's usually how it goes.
So, guys, these are Spirit Oracle cards. These are what are they? These are Starseed Oracle cards, right? I'll give you one of these to know, right? Well, Dakota there's waking up. The Starseed Oracle, a 53 card deck, and there's a guidebook. So it basically tells you if you're a Starseed or if you're an alien for a different dimension. Right? You know? Like Dakota, he's just back here as holidays, isn't he, Dakota?
Pretty much, man. Give me a break. I work nights, man. Come on.
Tell you what. Oh, fuck. I dropped my card, man. I can't. Bastards, see getting old, by the way. It's shit. Honestly, it's getting old. Right. The first card's for you then, Dakota, right?
Ooh.
Or do you want to pick somebody in the chat? I'll do one card reading until His Royal Highness arrives. Do you want pick somebody?
I don't care. Look, well, it's between me, Dots, and other Christopher there. So
go on. Who wants the card reading? You've got 20 seconds.
Where the heck is everybody?
I know. It's weird. Maybe something's happening. We don't know. Maybe us two and the rest of the people in the chat just don't realise there's something biblical happening at this moment in time. McDonald's is giving away free Big Mac. McRib.
You never know.
The McRib. When's the
Yeah,
last?
but
No.
if people would get themselves in a car accident over a free McRib.
Kenny, something I've never had. I've not been in a McDonald's for about 6 years.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't like. I don't know. There's just something about it. I watched a program once about how they make the fries and stuff. That kind of
You
put me
should
off.
see how they make the McRib.
Nah, no, I've seen that. No, the beasties
Gym
follow.
mats.
Gym mats. What do you mean?
The chemical that helps make gym mats firm but kind of soft is in McRibs.
Right. Here we go. So the card tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the first card tonight is going to Dakota. Let's see where he's from the star system. What star system are you for anyway? I never think I've ever asked you that.
Alcyone.
Mm.
Rotten Reynolds? Rotten Reynolds. Oh, wow. I need to wake up.
I know. You get like Mountain Dew, right? You can have.
No, I don't have anything that in the house.
What about, oh, you've got Iron Brew. I've got to say Iron Brew. It's available everywhere in Scotland as Iron Brew.
Yeah, I would have to wait for an Amazon order in order to get that here.
Somebody send them a case of Iron Brew or donate to the channel so Dakota can buy a case of Iron Brew.
Can't exactly. And we'll say, today is Father's Day, so happy
Right.
Father's Day. No, go ahead. There's a little Father's Day thing I noticed that we'll talk about later, but go ahead.
Right, Dakota, you got water your garden, nourishment, body care, and tenderness, rest. No, I've heard that one before.
Is that so?
I've never heard this one before. I've had quite a few of them. I need to find it first. Give me a second. There's a big book here with the names in it. Because I've never, let's see, which starseed. This is a starseed one. There's a page. Where is water your garden? Like here, your garden is 120. These are good cares. I'm still learning them. But you need rest, man. I think you need some. You need a holiday somewhere. You need a relaxing holiday. Here we go. The old eyes here. Just give me one moment to kind of zoom into the persistent here. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being. You're quite a seasonal person. Cycle. You can't be on and full bloom morning after month, day after day. You're strongly being called to put your brakes, rest, refuse to take a moment to restock, replenish. This is turning out to be like a correct poem, this one. I've never heard this one before. Replenish, slow right down. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and body first. That's quite interesting because you work quite a lot. First, I know it can feel like time is running out. You're quite young. You're only in your 80s. Yeah, I mean, and if there's urgent things that simply can't wait, however, you keep pushing on. Soon, fatigue will set in. Do you feel do you feel tired right now? See, that's interesting that I drew this, isn't it? The way of living is sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders, mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we are putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the intentions piece of modern life. You are a hard worker, but I don't know if you want this. He does work a lot of long hours. How are you being called to put the brakes to rest? Restore. When was the last time you took a holiday? Come on, when was the last time you took a holiday to go up before going?
Last time I took a proper holiday? A couple of years ago.
See, that's... Or had a full weekend day, afternoon off Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover. When you find yourself running on your reverse, there is enough time. Life will bend towards you. You do. Starseed Soul Inquiries. What is your body yearning for? There you go. It's the first time I've heard that card before.
And it feels kind of funny that it's picking on me like that, considering I woke up like 2 minutes before the show started.
Look, you seen me sit and shuffle them for ages. You see me sit and
Main
shuffle them.
issue, it's like the main issue is just that I work nights, man, at the paycheck job, as I call it.
Well, it's just checking Lewis. He's online. He keeps clicking on that link. I notice he keeps clicking on it, so I think he's having technical problems.
Well, you
He
could
does have
at
a
least say something.
I know. Lewis, say it. You coming on?
Lewis, if you have an issues, man, speak. We can help you out, man.
You want me to do one more?
Yeah, sure. Just fill it time, and don't worry, y'all. We're working on maybe doing a little runway to the mountains because of the heat.
See, you're needing rest. Who in the chat would like a card? A Starseed Oracle card. I only do this for special people now and again. So we're usually on a Sunday. So if anybody in the chat's wanting one, you better say no. First one to say. Right, Dots it is. I think Dots had been waiting. Dots was waiting for that, wouldn't you, Dots?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, Dots was waiting for that. There we go. And then we'll talk about some ancient alien stuff and the Hopis and some strange shit and stuff that's been happening in the world. And what's that in the chat there? Good idea. Going camping north tomorrow, escaping the 33. Why are you having a heat wave and it's bloody cold here? Because it was snowing in bloody Wales last week or something like that.
That's just fucking weird, man.
I think this winter's going to be horrific. I think we're going to get blizzards and blizzards and blizzards. So this is for Dots. Your volume, your mic's turned right down, you can. Here we go, Dots. Let's see what interstellar travels Dots has got to be doing. Lifting the veil. That's actually really interesting. You got that because that's another one I've never got before. Let's see, Dots, my good man that you are. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. So basically, you have to get rid of stuff in your life. But let's see what it says in the Book of Despair. Did you say something there, Dakota? Dakota?
What's up?
Did you say something there?
No.
Did anybody else hear that?
What'd you hear?
I heard Liz. And then it went seven. That. Lifting the veil. Did you need to hear that? $86. I'm telling you, I heard somebody say something there. Do you not hear it now? Did anybody in the chat hear that? I don't hear anything. No. I heard it. I heard it through the microphone. I heard it through them. I've got them on.
I didn't hear anything.
There it is again. It was like static. Right, Dots. You get lifting the veil, my friend. Question everything, anything unaligned must go. So basically, you have to get rid of stuff in your life. Things aren't always as they seem. This era is one of uncovering stuff, right, in your life, right? So we can remember ancient truth, everything in the state of recall and realignment. Anything that is in harmony with the planet will not survive. This goes for society and the world at large, as in our lives. If you pull this card, you're being called energetically. Scan your life for things that may no longer be vibrational match for you. wonder what's going on in your life then, because it's quite interesting. Because I gave him a tarot card reading about a week ago, and it came out with quite an interesting thing. But here's the next page. And how you've grown to dismantle the systems and the ways of being served. You and others, but no longer do. Some starseeds are here to lift the veil between the seen and the unseen worlds, to shine the light on things that are enthusiastic, underlining with the survival and well-being of Earth, to stand for the protect those who don't have a voice, to look deeper, question everything that previous generations did not. Some starseeds cannot tolerate things that aren't congenital. It's a big word there for me, that one. But they're here to bring society and humanity back into harmony. That is what Dots does and what you do, with the planet, the creator large. If we tolerate things in our life that aren't aligned, it's really interesting, this. I'll tell you why after I've done this. The conjurement with it will add the misalignment of the planet. You're being called to trust yourself, notice what's out of alignment, and take the baby steps required to bring back harmony. This is no easy feat, but is somewhat both individually and the planet. Starseed Soul Inquiries. What isn't conjurement in your life? How are you being called to bring back into harmony? That's quite interesting because I gave Dots a reading about maybe a week ago with the tarot cards, and I felt that it was like there was something wrong about him that wasn't serving him. That just wasn't serving him. I'm going to have a rest for a wee while, guys, and we're going to talk about some stuff because I'll have a wee rest for now. But you hear that? That was weird. That
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
It was like a snake hissing. Did you hear that? I keep getting it. Look, I'm more wireless and stuff like that, except for this. That's weird. Does MD not hear that? Very strange. Very strange.
From Dots.
Thank you very much, Dots. Thank you very much. I'll do some more after, but first we're going to start talking about some things. So, Dakota, what have you got to tell us about Father's Day?
Did you ever notice how different countries have different dates for Mother's Day, but for Father's Day, it's all the same?
Actually, it's weird you say that because I got my dad a pen today and I was sitting thinking about folk that have lost their fathers and stuff that I know, and I asked when's Father's Day in the United States, and it went today, and I was like, oh, I didn't ken that.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until this year, man.
That's interesting, Scriptblob.
I've been trying to research just out of curiosity why that is, but no. Just a random observation. US, it's one day. Mexico, it's another. UK, it's another. Russia, it's a different one.
Strange that, isn't it? It makes you wonder. Oh, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. I'll tell you, sound must be on your end because it's weird. It was only through my headphones because obviously I can't hear it through the laptop. I've got my headphones back on because I'm medication takes away the pain now. But it was weird. It was like somebody was trying to talk to me. Interesting that is. So what else is happening? Get a question. What's happening in the UFO world this weather? I've not watched anything today with the UFO world for about a month and a half.
Well, you know, as the weather's getting warmer, there's usually when sightings start kicking up.
Mm-hmm.
More people being out and about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just reading the chat. Marketing. Marketing. But it's that radio show that we were on the other night was quite good. I'm nearly an hour in now, so it's not got long to go. I don't think it's. I keep falling asleep on this and stuff. Mm-hmm.
I know there's a couple people that are saying that they were getting a little confused about it. It's like, trust me, I know. Try living this story.
Right. And imagine that must have been quite a shock for you, by the way, finding that out. First time that you had children and wife and all that kind of shit. You know.
Well, yeah, especially under the circumstances.
See, it's
But
interesting
then,
that.
but then again, when you really think about it, quite a few of us out there, that is how we found out. Is that we got to a very low point, then all of a sudden, something that technically shouldn't exist saved us. I mean, hell, it happened to Dr. Greer, and look where he's taken it.
It's quite interesting because when you talk about what's in your book and that, and about how Ken hang himself and stuff like that, right? And the
Mhm.
voice came to you and got don't do it and stuff like that. Remember what Mike the Naked Bigfoot mentioned when he went to shoot
Yeah,
himself?
that if only he was if only we were fucking live when he did that shit, man. Virginia, thanks for coming in, but still,
Thank you, Virginia.
yeah, no. Remember how one of the trailers I kind of referenced that
Hmm.
I did, where he was basically saying the whole reason why my life was filled with all sorts of weird chaos was because I wasn't supposed to be here. That somehow me cheating death created an imbalance. The pale horseman
Yeah.
was standing over my grave. That shit was fucking creepy, man. And you tried to say it was all about you.
I honestly thought it was the Bale Horse. Was 'cause I was going through a lot of health problems, and Christ, the health problems them are nothing compared to the ones that I've got now. But
But you had
I,
to say he was dead eyeing on right on me the entire time. And you saw it yourself. For some reason, the things that were tied to Mike and the things tied to me did not like each other very much.
oh no, Mike was an interesting character. The things that Foley is that Pete was saying that when Mike died, that the girl went on, but I don't think it was a guy. It was a girl. I think it was something older, something ancient that was hanging about him that maybe just liked him.
Yeah.
You know, but it was interesting because I've heard that a lot of folk that have tried to commit suicide and stuff like that. And if you're ever thinking of that, guys, please don't do it. Phone a number, help somebody, do something like that. But there's been a lot of interventions. Click on that link there, guys. It's popping up on the screen now if you're feeling depressed or lonely or anything like that. I've heard a lot of people saying that there's been interventions.
Mm-hmm.
There's been interventions in life. And I've seen all these famous people and that where it's happened to them too, and they've totally changed their life. They've totally changed their life around,
Mm-hmm.
and they do the opposite to what they do. Ken, what I've noticed it, and I don't know what this is lately, but see a lot of celebrities they now, they're all turning into Christianity. Have you noticed?
Mm-hmm.
It's as if they ken something that we don't know. There's a lot of them out there that's turning to Christianity, which I don't really get. There's people out there that never believed in that stuff, and they're turning to Christianity.
Well, it's a lot like when I first started talking about my story way in the beginning, before I started looking at the potential extraterrestrial side of things. Immediately, were saying, "Oh, you got saved by an angel, yada yada yada, saved by an angel." That was the first thing it jumped to. I consulted fucking Vatican priests, and they're like, "Yeah, you may have seen something."
I just muted my mic there because I was sorting the Turtle Beaches out. But it's something I heard about the other night there, and I've not had a chance to look back into it. Well, look back. You hear about angels saving people, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they're really angels. I think they're just spirit guides, to be honest with you, right? Believe the same as Mike used to say that angels and demons and all that, they're just what people call them. That's what people call them, right? They've got a different name, laws and whatever, right? I do believe, and I've heard this. Have you ever heard about demons saving someone?
Yes, I have actually.
And the person that they save is a really nice person. They never did anything bad.
Well, because that's the thing. When these labels, I mean, you even see it happen in extraterrestrial circles where
Mm-hmm.
they say Pleiadians. You know, that's a blanket term we're all familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
They think because they're tall, blonde, and good looking, they're going to be nice. When in
Yeah,
reality,
they're
there's
dicks.
one particular group in there's one particular group from that area that's just now starting to flip to the good side.
Yeah.
They were also the ones heavily believed to be associated with the Nazis.
I do a lot of thinking now that I do the spiritual stuff and all that. And I had this idea, and I just want to tell me what you think, right? Everybody's like, oh, the demons are bad, the demons are bad, right? I know the demons are bad, right?
Mhm.
And then the angels are good, right? But what happens if the demons are only bad in this plane because they're here to teach humanity a lesson? What happens if they work with the demons? What happens if they work with the angels? Sorry, right? Do you get where I'm going with this? That the angels are here to teach good, right? The demons are here to basically teach you things about evil and things that bad things and all that kind of stuff. But what happens if when they go back to where they came from, what happens if they're all pals? Do you get where I'm going with this? Or work colleagues?
Well, how do I put this? You have to
No.
take into consideration when you actually look at the legitimate lore
Mm-hmm.
behind certain angels, demons, the story becomes very different. You can easily tell there's certain angels that don't give a fuck about humans.
See, that's
Did
interesting.
you, did you know there's actually an angel that you're supposed to be able to pray to in order to cure stupidity?
We need to
I'm
pray
dead
to do it
serious.
then. We need to pray to that one. Everybody needs to pray to that one.
Yeah, just a random fun little fun little tidbit, but no, I get what you're saying, but and let's face it, let's say you have people who were heavy drug users, and the
Mm-hmm.
one thing that got them to wake up was they were seeing demons, and it was getting to the point where
Mm-hmm.
you snap a general photo. Say, like, there's this one example from years and years ago. Wasn't a case I handled personally, but it was something I saw on television where a gentleman, he had issues with drugs,
Mm-hmm.
and while he was at his daughter's wedding, there was what he thought was hellhounds standing behind him in the
Mm-hmm.
photo. And if you actually look at the photo and you're not thinking hellhounds, and you're thinking that's a pretty messed up looking dog.
Yeah.
Once he saw that, that was his like, oh shit, if I don't get my ass in gear, stop using this stuff, I'm screwed.
I what I'm basically trying to say is this, right? Demons are here to the ruin of man, right? Or women, or whatever you want to call it now, turnips or whatever you identify as now, right? Can you imagine reading the Bible then now? But never mind that. But anyway,
Oh, dude, there is a Gen Z Bible
I don't even tell me. I don't even want to
that
even
uses all the
attempt.
little terms.
Right,
But
right.
anyway,
I don't want to go down that road, right? But what I'm saying is, what happens if, right, God told the demons and the devil and the such and that to come to earth for one purpose, and that was to teach man or woman or whatever you identify as evil. So that's all they'll experience for that, right? And then he takes the angels, and the angels are meant to bring love, right? What happens if that is just their job? What happens if, right, when you die, for instance, right, and you go, like, say you go to hell, say you're a Nazi or something like that, you go to hell, right? But if you say would you call it? Oh, Jesus help me. Jesus always comes to help. Well, that's what folks say, right? See, I believe that I don't think hell actually exists. I think it's just a myth. It's a myth that the Bible's right. Now, just listen to me. I feel that there is bad places, the darkness where bad people go, right? For like serial killers, murderers, and all this kind of stuff. They go to these places, right? And they have to live out what they've done, right? But I do feel that they can break away from that and come into the light again because they will have the option. Think about it. It's like, let's take the Catholic Church, for instance. If you got all the mafia and stuff like that, the murder folk and all that, they whack them, right? But if they go to a priest and say, oh, Hail Mary, full of grace, or whatever it is they say, right? That's them. They're basically, they can go to heaven. How's that? How does that work?
Here's another angle for you. What about those individuals who are so mentally disturbed that they see murder as nothing? They feel no regret about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell exists, but it's not exactly what people think it is. You create your own hell.
Yeah.
Hell, things have gotten so twisted over time, and people just absolutely sucking when it comes to doing the research for themselves.
Yeah.
On what's actually out there. The angels, they're they were never really supposed to be these loving beings. Yeah, there's certain ones who had that kind of personality, but at the same time, you actually see what these angels actually look like. You ain't gonna be welcoming them with open arms. They're scary as fuck, man.
I have that's what look, I ken there's demons, right? And I ken they exist and I ken they're bad, right? But I don't think the right name for them is demons. I think the right name for them is they've got there's look, everybody when did the first name demon come into existence? What, 1,000 years ago? 5,000 years ago, around about then? What?
Quite a few of them been around longer than that.
I would know, but I'm saying portrayed with the Christian Bible. Everybody will think I'm a Satan worshipper or something. I'm no a Satan worshipper. I'm no in any way. I kind of look at Satanists and they're actually fine. But
All right,
never mind that.
if you want to go in the literal sense, some of the first quote unquote demons, as we understand, as the common understanding nowadays, trace back to the Garden of Eden.
Yes. Right. What I'm trying to say is this, right? I believe that if you live a good life and you do good things, like I try and live a good life and I try and do good things, right? Goodness will always come back to you, right? Like karma. And when you go to your next life, they might say, right, you're going to get a great life this time. You'll have money and you'll have wealth and all that kind of stuff, right? Because of what you did. But what I'm also trying to say is that what happens if, right, we'll just take devil, right? We'll take the devil and we'll take God, right? Two of them together. The devil and God, right? The devil's there to punish everybody, right? God's there to basically create everything and bring you to heaven and stuff like that, right? But let's face it, where would the devil be if humans didn't have what's that thing? Is it free will?
Mm.
Would there be such a thing as demons if there was no free will? Think about it.
You also have to take into consideration the concept of the afterlife. It's not a singular world. There's demons that
Oh
were
yeah,
never from
evil.
Earth. There, no,
Yeah,
not just good evil. There's some of these beings who have never been to Earth before,
yeah.
and you know because they tend to have sort of greenish skin. That's sort of the first indicator.
I there's going to be, I'm going to say this now. An alien spaceship landed in the White House, London, now, and two purple aliens come out, two red aliens come out, and a multicolored one come out. They'd probably be like, "Oh my god!" Everybody would go racist towards them, right? And they would, "Oh, they're demons! They're coming against." Oh, you got all the mad people, right? That's why I think it's a bit early for the UFO disclosure and stuff like that because I do think that humanity, a lot of the humanity can understand it, like you and Dots and some people in the chat and stuff like that. But when it comes to the kind of brainwashed people in this world, and let's face it, there is a lot of brainwashed people in this world. Who are they going to stop picking on? They're going to stop picking on the coloured people of this world and start picking on them. Think about it.
Mhm.
Which is horrendous. You shouldn't pick an MD colours. Get what I mean? You shouldn't pick an MD. It's a joke. It's disgusting. I believe that you should do good for everybody. You should try your best to help everyone. Imagine if everybody tried to help every single person, how better this world would be.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And it's something I've said before. If you actually look at the stories behind certain demons, ignore like
You coming through, Dakota? Can you hear, guys? Can you hear Dakota? I think he's.
Earth to Christopher.
No, it's you.
It's
Talk
like,
for me.
are you there?
No, I can hardly see you. You're all pixelated.
But nevertheless, like I said, certain demons, you get rid of the supernatural context. They're very human. They read like individuals with post traumatic stress, just as an example.
Mhm.
And yes, there's quite a few of them that want to help, but it's just that they get told to step back because of the stigma. The term, you actually go back far enough, the term demon once originally meant all spirits.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one side of it. It was the term demon applied to any sort of spirit.
Yeah.
Good, evil.
I look. Yeah, I mean, you think about it. I do the tarot card readings and stuff like that. Can you imagine that was 600 years ago? I did that.
Huh.
What would have happened to me? I would have been burnt at the stake. And I see what Dot says when he said, "Look, I've had visitations for them for the ETs and stuff like that. And if they'd land in my garden and look at me, I'd be like, all right, you want to come in for a cup of tea kind of thing. I wouldn't mind what colour they were and what they look like. But you do get the people of this world that are so racist to the core that they believe that they're the only ones that should inhabit this world. But what they do not realize is as the human race could die out and a different species come along, their soul will just get transferred over to a different body eventually. How do they not know that thousands of years ago there've not been thousands of different souls in different worlds?
Exactly.
You
When the
just get
human brain
people
can
that
only
are,
handle so much.
but you get so narrow-minded people. You get the KKK, for instance, right? They are one of the biggest bunch of idiots that's ever existed in the century, right? Everything the white power and all that's kind of shit, right? This is why the world's in such a mess because of racist people doing racist things.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. There is a part of the human brain that associates tribalism. And it's something we've had since we were monkeys.
Mhm.
Where we basically realize, hey, this person is not from our group. They may not be safe. That's where it comes from. Having to overcome that sensation is what is going to require the first place. That's why they say when disclosure happens, we're not going to necessarily be seeing a lot of the reptiles, the grays, because there's still quite a few of them that are on the good side, but we're going to see the ones who, had you not truly been paying attention to what they look like, you wouldn't think them as you would think they were just as regular people, maybe kind of tall in a lot of cases, because there's some of these races where the average height is 6.5 feet tall. More tall people. Anyway,
This is what I would love to say is I've met racist assholes in my life, right? But I would love to say go to one of the most racist person and say, if I could, and say, listen, it says, see your previous life, you were an African American slave,
Well,
and they'd
wouldn't
be
even
like,
have.
fuck. It would totally change their outlook and things. But see, this is what people don't realize. I've been watching a series on Netflix. Don't know if you heard about it. It's called Sweet Tooth. It's a wee boy, and they're all hybrids and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was based off a comic book
Right.
written by Neil Gaiman.
All the humans started giving birth to like animal hybrids, right? And all the humans died out, and everybody thought it was the end of the world because all the humans were dying out and all these hybrids were being born. But it wasn't. It was just a jump in evolution. You die as a human, you can come back as a hybrid. You're still a life form. You're still on that planet. It's still your planet. It doesn't matter. You're just a wee bit different. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what's wrong with this world today. Everybody thinks that they're better than everybody just because they're white or they're some other weird way about them. What's that in the
Well,
tribal war? No, it's down. Just reading that really quickly.
see, that actually makes a very good point. I mean, you don't even have to go into the past life sort of scenarios. Look at those instances where, you know, these individuals who have had certain ideals that say, "Oh, just because they're German, they were one of the best countries out there." Yada yada yada. All the countries, kind of lack, and the French kind of suck. It's just one of the examples. Not picking on Germany because, well, just look at German history. That's why they're always portrayed as villains in movies. But they actually go to take a DNA test. Yet the part, the country, the ethnic group, or whatever the situation may be, that they picked on most,
Hmm.
that happened to actually be a good portion of their DNA.
Yeah.
Like a racist woman goes to the hospital, but she makes all of these derogatory remarks about gays, about blacks. Then all of a sudden, the doctors go to test her to try to figure out what's going on. They realize she has a particular illness only African American tend to get. Then they ran so in order to fully understand it, yeah, it's from a TV show. They run her DNA. They get like a geological profile of her DNA, and they find out she's part black.
Yeah.
She practically had a stroke right then and there.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing before I say anything about the other stuff is 42 minutes into the show, a white orb come out your wall and then went back out the door again.
Sounds about right.
Mm. But anyway, I just thought I'd tell you in case anybody else seen it. I mean, look, I don't know how people are going to relax when they eventually show themselves. I mean, you think about the ancient civil. Let's talk about Peru, for instance. The ancient civilizations in the jungle. Does it never really get to see humans that much? And they're all over the happy when they see you with a smartphone, right? And when somebody shows them a picture, like an extraterrestrial, like, oh, they're the ant people. They live under the ground. They
Hmm.
know them. They're the saviors. They saved us a long thousands of years ago for a great cataclysm and stuff. See, that's amazing. How there's these natives. There'll be natives in the world right now that have never seen technology, right?
Hmm.
But they've probably met these aliens, and these aliens are probably talk to them all the time because they know that they'll
Hmm.
never really interact with like people like us, so they know that their secret's safe.
Well, that's why, and here in the States, you have certain indigenous tribes. When you hear some of their stories, you realize they're talking about Sasquatch.
Hmm.
Interacting with the Sasquatch as common as just running into your neighbor Joe while you're out and about
Yeah,
on your daily routine. It,
yeah,
it that mentality has always been there. Oh, it's like, oh, they're just another type of person. But the thing
yeah,
is, going back to this sensation of tribalism, there is a physical part of the brain where it flares up.
yeah,
And it's the fact that humans, regardless of how you believe our origins took place, there is a common thread. Is that we heavily relied on our ability to group together in times of
yeah.
need. And there's
Hmm.
individuals who saw that. took advantage of it for their own ideals to put themselves in positions of power.
Yeah.
It's happened throughout history, and we
Yeah.
just let it happen because either we didn't want to take the role ourselves, or that was just part of who we were. We were followers rather than leaders. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's that's why they say corporate CEOs have very similar psychological profiles to serial killers.
Hmm.
It's just that they handle their urges in a different way.
Yeah. How many white serial killers in the United States has there been that's been captured, would you say?
How many what?
White serial killers has there been in the United States, would you say, that's been
Several.
captured? Several. How many colored?
Allegedly more, but cities like Chicago are, in my
Aye, but
understanding, there's
that's
not
the that's drug and
mm, mm,
crime and stuff, is it not?
there. No, 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 no. In certain cities like Chicago, I know is a big one right now, where there's entire police units that are essentially broken off as a special task force to re-examine several cases because they realized, oh shit, there's several innocent people that have been thrown in who have had falsified claims against them just because of the color of their skin.
Aye, I've heard about that. That's horrendous. I look, I've seen all the videos on YouTube and TikTok and that how the police treat colored people different. Everybody should be treated exactly the same. Everybody should be treated exactly the same. And that's what's wrong in this day and age. That's if you to go down the politics route, if you to go down to the United States, Britain and Germany and France and all the kind of NATO countries picking on Afghanistan and Iraq and stuff like that because they've got wealth, they've got stuff. They just go in and clear the place out. Look at the British Empire. Look at us, British Empire, right?
Yeah.
Look what we did. Look what we did to India.
Mhm.
Look what we did to Africa. Take Africa. Africa, we went in there and we took their gold and we took their diamonds, their opals. Aye, they've still got loads left, but we taken loads of it, right?
Mhm.
Because we're big and powerful, right? That's what bullies do.
Mhm.
I know this is what I keep saying to people. The world needs to change, but first, I think society itself needs to break down. What I mean is the governments. We need new governments before I think our friends can come down, and that's the honest truth.
There is a probationary period in effect for that to happen, and the shift is taking place, but it's not going to be overnight. We're talking about the just in this conversation alone. I know there's going to be some people that think, "Oh, it's not quite like that. It's not quite like this." The general common threads are the same. It's that let's face it. Well, it's like what Samuel Chung was saying. We need to essentially get rid of politicians because
Yeah,
any of them that were halfway decent towards the people they were meant to serve, they somehow, one way or another, got taken out of a position of power. And sometimes quite forcefully. Look what happened to JFK. Look what happened with
that is weird. You say that because I
look
watched
what
a video out.
look what happened to most of the Kennedy family.
Yeah, I mean, there's the
Look,
knowledge within there in the chat. No, where are you, Lewis? You were meant to be on.
not bad. You were supposed to be here, not in the chat. Here, I would. Just,
We'll get you back again sometime, Lewis. We'll get you back again.
it's like the third time he's done that though to us.
I know, I know. That's it. The aliens are coming to get you tonight, Lewis. Don't bother locking your door. They'll just beam you out.
All right, time to lube up the probes.
Right, aliens, Galactic Command. Lewis is getting tainted the strange tachyon chamber tonight. Dakota will be standing with his plastic
We're
overalls on and his big bottle of lube. In fact, I think you shouldn't use any lube for you being late.
we're just
I know it's
giving.
okay, Lewis.
We're just teasing, Lewis. You
We're
know,
only
no harm done. Shit happens, man.
I know computers. It's probably his computers probably went monkey or something like
Aye.
that. The internet. There's been weird storms like as we're going back to the extraterrestrials again. I mean, the governments do need to fall. I'm going to say that. You see the UK. The UK's got to change soon. We're voting for a new prime minister soon, and it's all backfiring. See that guy Nigel Farage? You can I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's pally with Donald Trump. He's decided to run for prime minister, and everybody's voting for him. And I think it's look, we need to do something soon because it was look, the world's messed up. I'll tell you something now. See, rich and powerful people shouldn't have run the world, shouldn't have run countries.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have. I think we need to, and this is there's got to be a lot of folk out there saying, "Are you mad?" But I think we need to get rid of all governments. I'm not saying the one world government. I'm saying we should do like council, kind of like they should every year you pick a random. He's coming in loose. You're late.
When we're 8
You've got
minutes from
9
closing the
minutes.
show. 8 minutes from closing the show. That's when you decide to join? You motherfucker.
That's terrible. Terrible. How are you, Lewis? How is the probing?
Can you hear me? Is my voice? It's coming
We
through.
can
Yeah?
hear you. Yes.
I can't see. There we go.
I can't see you. There you go.
Well, mate, I was talking to a really interesting guy, and I got stuck on the phone texting, voice noting, and the next thing, I looked up at the time, and I was like, "Hang on a minute, it was 11. It's 11:52 here, but I thought it was an hour before. We were supposed to go on. What time was it? 10 o'clock.
10
or 9
o'clock
o'clock.
UK time. No, it'd be 11 a.m. It'd be 11 p.m. for you, and it'd be 10 p.m. for me.
Because my clock on here says 22:52 on my computer, but I'm an hour difference, so it's because I'm.
Don't you worry, Lewis.
The time's
We'll
on.
take you to the mental hospital. We'll come and visit you.
Hope you're alright anyway, man. Sorry, Dakota.
You're
I'm loving the beard, by the way, man.
No, thanks.
And we're all rocking beards. This is the beard group, everybody. We're all rocking beards.
So anyway, you were saying, is everything good though? Yeah.
Everything's fine.
I had some good topics to talk about tonight as well. I was thinking of, but
well, you'll just need to come back. You'll just need to come back on again.
I'm so sorry, man.
Come back on again. That's fine, man. It's absolutely fine.
I was really looking forward to it as well.
We'll have to tell him it's an hour beforehand, so he's on time.
Well, I did tell him that. But here's the thing. If you
usually you'd message me.
Loose, I did message you.
You usually message me like 5 minutes before and go, "We're going on live in 5." I didn't see no message, and this.
I didn't think I messaged you an hour before the show, and I says I'll send it before the show, and that's what I did. I sent it.
You said, "This is the link. I sent it too early. See you tonight."
Yeah,
that's all right. It's me, mate. I didn't read it.
Don't be scared if you see a visitation by a tall, bald man wearing a Caribbean shirt tonight in front of you, dressed as an alien, holding a probe in one hand and a large bottle of lube in the other. In fact, I don't think you should use any lube.
Let's just say it's not the first time people have seen me in an alien abduction scenario. It's like it's been documented. Just saying.
There you go, Lewis. You're going to have a waking dream tonight. Dakota coming towards you. Come to me, Lewis.
With a bottle of WD-40.
Oh, I've actually ordered the WD-40 sign. A dirty WD-40 sign for behind me. We'll see if anybody can notice it when I put it up.
The light looks cool, man. I like the light.
It does look nice. Look at this lovely. See how bright this gets, by the way. Watch this. I'll see if I can get it to go bright. There we go. Look at this. Wow. That's a suntan material.
That is pretty bright. You can't see the logo is so bright. It's like drowned itself out. Nice.
There you go. Yeah. So we've
5
got what,
minutes
5
left.
minutes of the show? Aye, 5 minutes of the show.
Wow.
So in a nutshell, what's going to happen to the world, Lewis? And you've got 4 minutes to tell us.
Interesting. I don't know. 5 years. It's
Yeah.
net zero, so
Mm.
or 10-0 because it's backwards. Like few is wef backwards. Wef is few. Sorry. So net zero would be 10-0. 10-0. What does that represent?
We'll all be wanting about horses because we'll not be allowed to drive our pet.
I think I think there'll be something to do with the outage of electricity for some period of time or something like that, as well as a massive famine, which is definitely going to happen because of the way they keep messing with the weather now. That's only a matter of time. So stock up on water and them kind of.
Well, I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that with all the rain. Yeah. But and yeah, then pumping stuff into the streams, I think is just another cover up for the fact that the geoengineering is just polluting the rivers really bad, and they're just doing that stuff as well to like sort of it's just this, and when really it's a mixture of that and the aerosols in the sky. So, but no, it's all good and it's all good fun. It's all part of the experience, you know. You've got to enjoy it all.
It's fine. I'm looking forward to the nuclear apocalypse. That
would be actually pretty fun. To be fair, be pretty fun. Got to look at it in a good light, innit? You can't really. I don't know. I don't think that would happen. To be fair, I think if they're going to do anything, it will be on the scale which I said before, years ago when they've done certain things, and it'll be stuff that won't have a lasting effect on the Earth, as opposed to like dropping a nuke that will like devastate. Well, it will devastate everywhere because there'll be nukes going off everywhere. You know. I don't think they'll do that. I think they would utilize technologies. They'd utilize the technologies exactly, mate, and then that way they ain't got to do anything. And then all the people that just disappear, that drop, they'll just clear them up like they did in the past, and then put them underground in these caverns, which they've got loads of skulls everywhere. I think you've seen the ones in France and different places around the world. Yep. There's loads of them. So just. The old world we get reset, and then the new world. But who survives? That's the question, isn't it? Who
Don't
are the people
worry,
that...
us three will survive. We will keep humanity going.
And
humanity will grow from us.
We'll become orphans. We'll go on the odd orphan trains.
Aye, Dakota, the last man alive, walking out, and steamed in a bit, the flashy lights and stuff.
I mean, kids have out there.
Dakota does have a few. I'm just. He's got to be shocked when he wakes up in his pod and realizes he's got to pay child. Well, that money's just ranking up as we speak. All that platinum gold bars and all that stuff. It's all building up there in outer space.
Platinum gold gone.
Aye, platinum gold. What do they use for currency up there, Dakota? What's their currency?
Right.
Come on, they might have like currency. But how do you? So digital credit.
Bottle caps.
Yeah.
Bottle caps.
Yeah, turning to Fallout down here. My God.
Aye, I can see it. Your credit is running really low now. Don't you worry. Your wife's up there. She's spending it. She's wallpapering. She's buying couches and settees and TVs. And I don't know if that's what they have. I don't know what the women in space buy. But handbags and all that kind of mad stuff that good to remember. The galactic
hey, for the type of outfits she likes to wear and how close they hug that body of hers.
Well, basically, you've got no money left when you wake up in your bed. Then
she works herself.
That's all right. That's all right. It's a bit unfair, He'll wake up in his pod. A big blob with 20 eyeballs, I'll have tentacles. I'll get my big suckers and all that, and the windows and all that, climbing about on the side of the spaceship and all that kind of stuff.
How much you talk about being purple? You're gonna look like those little cartoon aliens from the movie Home.
I'm gonna look. I've got nothing. Look, there's nothing wrong with purple women for outer space. So I was see you're coming and bringing up this race cast.
I'll tell you what,
Bringing up the
Snake. I'll
race
tell you what,
cast.
before we finish, I know you got only one the last minute. There's something about women with blue jeans that is extremely attracting to me, and I don't understand it. I think it might be something to do with extraterrestrials, maybe. But the color blue, I don't know. I don't get it. But just the color blue, it just sets my brain off. I don't get it, and I've always been like that. So, but I know I've heard. Does that ring any bells to you, Dakota?
Not really, mate. I don't know. I'm more into the purple kind of, you know.
You're in a purple kind of.
I'm kind of purple.
I've seen the one he's into.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. 3. You know, there's nothing. Look, there's nothing wrong with purpleness. Look,
It's
I'm a
totally
connoisseur of,
whatever floats your boat, man.
look, connoisseur of the alien worlds. You know, look, there's nothing wrong with that. You're good to go there, man. Good to go there. There's a lovely star bar next to Europa. You can't miss it. It's a great one.
It's like, well, as Dots puts that in the chat to kind of go in your question. The Galactic Federation, the common uniform, there's often different colors that help represent the different species, and a lot of the ones who are more human-like, they do tend to have sort of shades of blue, so you gotta admit, some of them do look pretty damn good in it.
I prefer the purple ones. You've never loved until you've had a purple one. You know what you're missing. You honestly don't know what you're missing.
Weren't you telling me that the girl you're seeing is in a walker?
Are you still got
that? How did you kid? Did I tell you that last night?
You told me, man.
She's got the state of the art walker. 5,000. She can walk at least 4. It takes her 4 hours.
Even the most state of the art ones eventually end up with cut up tennis balls on the bottom.
Look, I can't help it if I'm a handsome looking alien. That's what I'm going to say. I might have 15 eyeballs and big tentacles, but come on, there's nothing wrong with it. See, this is the racism starting again against the purple alien women, and I stand for purple alien women. I would vote for a purple alien woman. That's terrible.
Hey, it's better than most of the politicians here.
I get old Joe.
Oops.
I know, seriously, they got to do some sort of health evaluation.
Here's a prediction for you.
Any further political power, because
I bet he stands down in 3 weeks.
The what?
I don't know, just as a human being,
something
ain't right. I don't know what he says. No one ever does.
I said in a prediction for you, 3 to 4 weeks, Joe Biden will stand down.
He looks like a robot, doesn't he? I think he keeps looking like a robot. Like he's walking around puts his sunglasses on. Like, I'll be back.
Did you see the video they did the other day? Did you see the video they did the other day? And they're all dancing like that, and he's just like. And I put the comment, like it's banned on TikTok. I put the comment saying someone's changing the batteries in the remote for Joe Biden, and I get that taken down as offensive content.
I'm just saying, the poor guy is acting like something's happened to him, and
something's happened to him.
This has got to be elder abuse keeping him in political office, because something's not right.
God help us if he ever needs to use the nuclear codes. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting there and we're like, oh, who's that?
And the one that, let's just face it, over here in the U.S., we're so sick and tired of our politicians. The one that a lot of us are rooting for is the one who's openly saying that a worm ate part of his brain and died. Kennedy. Now, granted, some of the places he's traveled to, I wouldn't be surprised if he's caught some stuff. But
look, old Joe is not going to be in power much longer. I'm telling you, he'll be replaced by probably a woman. I'm betting. Because he can't win against Trump. He can't win against Trump. Trump will win unless they try and
they fudged it the first time.
Oh, they'll try and fudge it this time, but I think it'll go drastically wrong if they do that again. You see all these civil wars and all that kind of stuff. It could start again. Yeah, I mean,
The one thing I would have loved
Sorry.
is if Robin Williams was still alive, the type of material he would come up with just dealing with this bullshit here in the States. Because if I'm not mistaken, election fraud, weird politicians from TV ended up in office. I think he did a movie about that once, didn't he? Man of the Year.
It's all in the films, man.
The best one with your president the other day there, like I shouldn't have burst out laughing. It was the veterans thing. It was today with the D-Day landings. And the trooper come into land, the soldier come into land, and the president just wandered off.
Exactly the other
He just
way.
wandered away.
Yeah.
He's like, are you alright? He's looking at the
And he
wrong
just
person.
wandered away.
And he's standing there listening to like this sort of like black dance sort of music sort of thing, and he's standing there, and they're like,
and he's like,
the Juneteenth thing. The only thing that was holding him there was all the pretty colors. Like I said, something is wrong medically with President Biden.
He looks like a fucking robot. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if
he's acting like a dementia patient.
He looks like a robot, man. I don't know if it's like, I just don't know, mate. It's hilarious to see, though. It does make me laugh.
I enjoyed his speech the other day where he was talking about how his son was in the Revolutionary War in 1774. And did you see that when he went totally off the thing and started talking about 1774 and how his son was one of the soldiers and stuff like that? It's mad. It's just the game he's doing.
Well, did you see George Bush's little Freudian slip the other day?
No.
It was a little over a year ago, but he was talking about, it was shortly after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and he was going like, oh, this is the work of a diabolical madman who initiated the invasion of Iraq. I mean, Ukraine. There it is. It's like, oh, Georgie, did you just confess to something?
It was like our prime minister that. What is your prime minister? What's his name again? Oh, I can't mind, but he's Indian or something like that. But never mind that. That's nothing to do with it. But the soldier, one of the soldiers in World War II, at the day thing says, "Oh, what have you done without as a kid that made your life so bad?" And he went, "Oh, I never had Sky TV."
No, I've got an answer for this, right? I've got an answer for this. Now, I've said this so many times. These people's in power, right? I find that most of them are just chatting bullshit, right? But then some of them are actually under hypnosis, and that's the conclusion I've come to. Because if you've got a person under hypnosis and you tell them a set of certain things and you're handling them, you're handling that person, doesn't matter what you say to that person. Yeah, they can just bullshit all the time, but the way that he bullshit, the way that he chats bullshit, and it comes out so natural, points to me like it's a state of hypnosis that he's actually like expressing them answers. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not that he's super intelligent. Yeah, he's intelligent, but it seems almost like he's under sort of some kind of like hypnosis, man. That's personally from my sort of just paying attention to these people in power. I feel like they are being handled like they've got handlers, and it's just they're just following what they're. Yeah. Some of them are not under some. Well, you think like Bill Clinton? You see him like sitting there and he's under like some sort of trance or some shit. Do you remember? Sorry about that swearing. But it kind of like points to that direction. You know, I might not be right, but I feel like
they've definitely got handlers. They've definitely got handlers. I've seen with certain Capitol Hill members in the United States coming out. Who was that guy? What was his name again? He's a senator. Remember, it was all our TikTok about somebody had like a remote and they beeped it at him, and he started talking. Then they beeped it again, and he stopped talking. And he just wandered away, and folk were asking him questions as if he wasn't there, as if he was just like totally blanking everybody. You see the woman pointing something.
It's the thing like with the like the fact that I need to get my friend on here who's a hypnotist. He needs to get him on the show because he's brilliant. But he was explaining about, and you see him in his videos explaining, once you've got them under this hypnosis, like you can throw anything at them and they will still just like find a way of just chatting complete nonsense to what like you're trying to get an answer out of him. Oh, what did you not have as a kid or whatever, you know, like what you grew up with in this family, this whatever. And he's going, oh, like I grew up, you know, it was like a hard upbringing and all this crap he's coming out with, whatever he was saying. And then it's like when he's trying to make a point of the little things he had, because he's so like believing it so bad, like where he's under it must, well, if he is or not, probably, but I don't know. The way he believes it so much that he's trying to find something to sort of like justify that kind of answer, you know. He's trying to think of something, and then he just says Sky TV. It's like, but then is it real or not? Did he have Sky TV? Apparently he did have Sky TV, so that he might just be completely chatting shit.
He's
the whole time.
I don't know if you've seen the video where he was in the school visiting. He was visiting a primary school. And they handed him a hammer. Did you see that one where they handed him a hammer to hammer a nail into this block of wood to go? And everybody would use like the hammer end, but he didn't. He used the end with the hook and he was going, and it kept missing. That's what he was doing. And it was as if he was like a 2-year-old. He didn't care what he was doing. He didn't care what he was doing. So either he's a complete idiot, right? Or somebody has done what Lewis has said. Somebody's maybe did it to them.
Because I know that with like the musicians in the top level, they're all like controlled and handled and stuff. Like they have multiple. We know they've got multiple personalities, and we know what that MK Ultra, that kind of like, you know, that's what it is. So Britney Spears is a perfect example where she's got multiple.
Oh yeah.
Perfectly programmed to be able to utilize them different personas by someone. So it's
like some of these presenters, and sometimes a lot of music people like you're talking about, Lewis, how they'll start like twitching. You ever seen that? One eye will start like twitching off, and as if they're like taking some weird glitch in the matrix, and then they're all right again after it.
I've seen that quite a few times actually. And with the old I know you're talking about one of the ones that you see was the Hillary. Is it Hillary? Was it not Hillary?
Do you know Lady Gaga? That happened to the Lady Gaga. That she started to like malfunction, and I started to like start twitching like that.
Here's the thing. A lot of those treatments, what is usually done to these patients in order to get them in that submissive state, it happens too much. You get those types of symptoms where they'll start developing eye twitches, nervousness, things like that. Those are well-known symptoms of that type of mind control, because it's done too much and it's causing physical damage.
Yeah. And then you've got Decay West. Yay. That I don't even remember to mention these things on this channel, but the Kanye. He was under, wasn't he, for a long time, but then he kept breaking out of it. And then trying to wake people up. Then they'll put him under again. It's just like he comes back out again and he's like a different person. Then he's like sort of finds his way back again. And
we'll need to get you back on again, Lewis, but
you can't break. I know you need to.
Before I know, but before we go, have you ever noticed that with the? I can't remember where this is exactly. If maybe somebody in the chat can help me, but remember there was maybe you came. I'm talking about Lewis. There's a while when a lot of the actors, not just the world leaders, pop stars, you name it, music stars, had something wrong with their ankles. Remember that? They had like every one of them had something done to their ankle. Everyone was seen with like a blue brace on their ankle or a black brace or whatever, but it was a brace on their ankle, and it was always the same ankle. I wonder what that was.
Strange, man. They're on tag. I don't know, mate. I wouldn't know really. What could it be?
Don't know.
What could it be? Tracking.
Yes.
Could be an ankle tag like that. Maybe
Could
they
have been
were.
something.
Maybe they were
Done.
like held under investigation for something because of some information that was like put out there, and then they all got sort of put on like tracking tags. So until they found out what was to be done with the information, potentially.
Unless it was a secret society thing and they were all marked in a certain way.
Yeah, or that. Yeah, it could be that one.
You never know these days.
So
Yeah.
Dakota, do you have any news for this week or any shows you're doing this week before we go back to the Bat Cave?
We'll see what happens with the latest developments.
So everybody for coming, thank you very much. And Lewis, we'll get
Sorry
you
for
back
being
on
so
again,
late.
man. That's absolutely fine, man. We'll get you
man.
back on soon. And Dakota, do you want to say anything before the end? The end is the end.
Besides, much love, take care, and see y'all next time.
Talk to you in a minute, Lewis.
All right, man.